Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 2 of the FinTech and Innovation Network podcast. We recently changed our name to Network because we're growing bigger than a club. I am your host, Kenny Estrella, and I am joined here by my new co-host, Weedah.
So excited.
Thank you. Thank you for being on here. And then also, additionally, we wanted to introduce one of our newer members, Kimmy, who is actually our marketing director. So, Kimmy, just so the audience can kind of get a little familiar with you, could you go into like a little bit about yourself, maybe like your major, kind of what brought you to FIC? I know we discussed this a couple of weeks back. Maybe any goals also that FIC will help you achieve?
A better job. Better job, honestly. The good career, like just develop my skills and be honest, like just living the life. That's my goal for here.
Yeah. Okay. What was your major?
Finance.
Finance. Okay.
Nice.
Awesome. And last but not least, we also have.
We're honored to be in the presence.
Yes. Our president,
CEO.
Locke Lee.
Yes,
Thank you, Locke, for being on.
Love to be here.
I know. We had you on our very first attempt at a podcast last semester, but just to kind of reintroduce you, since these are the episodes that are getting published now, could you also go into a little bit about like your major, what was your thought process behind joining our past president Jose in the creation of FIC, and then any goals that FIC will help you achieve?
Yeah, absolutely. So, my name's Locke, and as far as creation of FIC, or now known as FIN, FinTech Innovation Network, the club was essentially born in Brazil, hence the shirt up there. It started at dinner, right, with Dr. Feldman, and then I asked some of the previous member at the time, including Jose and Lisa, I'm like, hey, think about starting a FinTech club when we get back to the state. So Jose did all the documentation, paperwork with Cater Experience and the admin, and then we all got an email one day. I'm like, what is this email? So yeah, what club? Like, oh yeah, FIC at the time, because we did talk about the formation of FIC within a week or two back during our fall semester. So that's where FIC was born. It was born out of Brazil, studied abroad for 1 week or week and a half through all of the fintech firm we visited, especially Ripple. Special shout out to Ripple. Thank you so much for having us there.
And Dr. Feldman, because it was all because of him that we were able to go to Brazil, get all this kind of excitement going, because we all met at the airport as well. So, when you have something like that, like with a group, and it's something like, let's say a vacation or just anything like that, and you meet like on the spot, you tend to get close really quick. So we took that momentum we had, all this excitement, and this is what we kind of funneled into starting a club. So Locke, what are your like top highlights, maybe top 2-3 highlights from that Brazil trip?
Absolutely. And also special out to Lucas Scotch from Brazil Ripple.
Thank you,
highlight.
Lucas.
Yeah, Lucas, you're amazing, bro. Some highlight was just visiting Sao Paulo, Start Bank, Ripple office. And then we went to Rio de Janeiro. It was amazing. The food was great. The culture was great. We visited a new bank, some of the fintech firm out there, and see how, the payment system worked. And seeing how like vendor just take, payment with their phone.
Oh, Pix.
Pix,
yes.
yeah, Pix.
Yes, that's really interesting, because and that's what blew me away the most out of everything, is that Brazil is completely, or at least Sao Paulo and Rio are completely cashless. So if you go, I didn't even get to see a single real, like a single bill. Instead, even up to the street vendors, they all had their little like payment devices, and you just take your phone out. For me it was Apple Pay, and I would just pay contactless, and that was crazy. That
just in those cities?
Yeah. Well, at least in those cities, that's those are the only two places we went. So maybe other parts of Brazil still use cash, but yeah, no, it was actually mind blowing. Because even still here in the big cities, we still use cash too. But over there, nothing at all.
Yeah.
And we were worried too that we weren't gonna have any cash, and like, oh, what if something is cash only? But
no,
it's contactless only.
it is.
And that was crazy. Any favorite spots in Rio though?
Man, just the food, the menu, the people of Brazil. You know, like just sitting there, like trying to understand what they're trying to say. Coconut water, you know, like straight from the coconut.
Açaí.
Yeah, acai, Copacabana, like which is like
Let me explain to that.
Yeah.
You took him back.
Let me think about it.
Give me a minute, please.
Hold up. A Brazilian steakhouse. That was you lady need to, like, when you're there. That's I forgot the name of it, but it's in
Fogo de
Rio de
Chão.
Janeiro. Yeah. Fogo de Chão was one of them, but there's another one that Ken took us to.
That's true.
That his friend recommended. It was amazing. But yeah, those are most favorite places. How about you, Kenny?
For me, favorite places, I would say the beaches. Copacabana Beach, Ipanema Beach. I was gonna add on to you when I brought up the acai bowls. I still am a little bit worried just because like Brazil is the only place I've actually tried acai. That was my first time ever having an acai like bowl. So now I'm like, dude, I set the standard so high for myself. I'm worried that like if I come to a place here, like it's just not.
This is not it.
It's not gonna be nearly as good.
Shout out to Natural Sensation. We give me shout out everywhere.
Not literally, but
Yeah.
I'd say the beaches, like they were just beautiful. I
Yeah.
wish we also had the chance to go. I mean, for us it was summer, but since they're switched, you know, we went in our summer, so August. But for them it was winter, so we still got
a bit of spring.
it was a bit colder
Yeah.
than usual, but we gotta do a summer trip, man.
We should.
We can bring the whole club with us.
Yeah, that's in December.
Imagine,
Yeah.
I think that's a great idea.
That is so cool.
We could
Get them some more shirts.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, so you know, going back to the actual start of the club, I mean, it was really all just Brazil. That this Brazil trip, where we ended up kind of a few of us, you know, maybe like 4 or 5 initially, got together. Like he said, Jose sent out the email, and that's that's how we got started. Anyways, Locke,
Yeah.
I do want to go into the CFA challenge because
Absolutely.
we just had that this past weekend. We've been doing a lot just in the club in general. I know, you know, we had Bloomberg, then we had dinner with Lucas as well, and now CFA. So I kind of want to just dig into that a little bit because it was super difficult.
It was, yes.
Really, really tough challenge. And I kind of want to get into like how it kind of was in your head specifically, how your thought process was.
Yeah.
So timeline, I know we discussed this a little while earlier, but kind of how it was like what Weedah said, from start to finish, what was going through your mind? Like, you know, when we first started, when we met Jesus, and we got guidance. Jesus, by the way, shout out to him as well, because he was one of our advisors along with Professor Feldman. So when we met him and he kind of gave us the rundown of how it was going to go, to also, you know, getting into the car right there,
Yeah.
which you, me, and Omar were really stressing, to then after when we finally finished it and we could say, oh, okay, we're done.
Yeah.
What was your thought process like?
I mean, to be fair to everybody, for full transparency, we just finished the Bloomberg Training Challenge. Super difficult. We bounced our portfolio really well until the government shut down. And then that was 6 weeks long, leading into midterm final. And then we had a Zoom call meeting for CFA of San Francisco to announce the companies that we're going to be covering. So basically, we act as equity research analysts, and we have to produce a full institutional grade report on a publicly traded company, which was ADSK, in this case, Autodesk. You know, we all agree from Bloomberg team. We had agreed to carry on to stay together and take on the CFA challenge. And that was like, that's what teamwork is, right? Like we go from one after another together, back to back. And the way that my brain process was, let's get something hard out of the way. The hardest part was the report. That was challenging. Like,
10 pages, right?
Yeah, well, 10 pages, and that's excluding the appendix, right?
Mm-hmm.
The appendix had to be super cover with different sources, and we got to make sure like the DCF is there too as well. We went from business covering what the business model is, financial analysis, evaluation, risk assessment, and we had to kind of form together a narrative, a story, why we cover either we did a buy or sell whole rating on ADSK. So in this case, we did a buy rating, like coming off Bloomberg Trading Challenge, you want to buy everything at that point. So, but yeah, so we did that. From there, we send out email exchanges and make sure that everyone is on the same page, right?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that was the hardest part, was the report itself.
So essentially, we gave it, I believe it was it was a 343, right? Price target?
343.15.
15. So $343.15 price target.
Yeah.
I think the current price at the time was like
the time of our presentation was like last week. It was like 240 to 238, something around there.
238, right?
Yeah.
No, 283.
Was
I remember
out.
getting the numbers mixed up, I think.
Oh, okay.
283 with the 343, or two. I'm getting these numbers mixed up.
That's okay.
283 with a $343 price target. And so essentially, I personally introduced the group. We went into the background of Autodesk. It's one of Adobe's competitors, so they do a lot of like CAD software. A lot of their software is used in the production of film and video games as well. And then I kind of went into like their moat, which a lot of it consists of recurring customers. They have a 97% recurring retention rate.
Yeah.
And then I think it was Lisa that went after me, covering the DCF.
Yeah.
And then you did
I covered the thesis.
The thesis, right?
Yeah, I tried to defend the thesis as to my best ability.
And then Omar finished it up with like the ESG and then the risks as well.
Yeah.
So it was we went as thorough as we could. It was our first time also.
Yeah.
We didn't have any previous presentations to go off of, so we're really just going in blind, starting from scratch. And so our main goal with this challenge in general was just kind of to lay the foundation so that future members, hopefully such as these two, end up actually doing much better than we did if they so choose to compete. Wanted to get a playbook going out. So yeah, that was the main thing. But so for you, Locke, personally, after you finished it, how did that achievement, I know I asked you this earlier too, how did that make younger Locke feel?
Oh man, I don't know how my younger self would feel because, my headspace was in a different place at the time. But I would have never imagined like doing the CFA challenge. I was more so, our younger self want to explore, to do different things, right? Like, what is the world? Who are we? Our identity, who are we? Our core value. What is it? What was it? But to finally finish the CFA challenge and to even talk to you, Omar, and as well as Lisa throughout the whole process, it was rather really rewarding that we finished it together. That was, to me, the most important part.
I feel like almost like one of the happiest moments of my life, bro. I was like, just getting done. I was like, thank goodness. Yeah. But
and then we saw the top 3 team, right?
Yeah.
Shout out to Golden Gate University, the team A and team B, and shout out to Menlo Park,
Menlo
College.
Yes.
Yeah, Menlo College for
Dude,
they own it.
Killed it. Bro.
Yeah,
they absolutely killed it.
They took full ownership of that presentation and the report all together. That was crazy.
Dude, no, especially Menlo College, they ended up being the winners, and it was cool because they also hosted the rest of the teams. And I think what really separated them from everyone else is, I mean, first of all, they had, I guess they did pretty much have everything memorized. Like, they knew the ins and outs of the presentation. And then also their transitions from person to person were just super smooth. I want to bring up that one guy that he slipped up a little bit, but he recovered with a bit of humor towards the end of the presentation. So they absolutely just killed it. But I'm honestly just super proud of Locke, Lisa, and Omar, all our team members. Would have been cool if we had Lisa and Omar on, but they're a bit busy. But Locke, I know you also. I just kind of want to get back into how it made you feel. I know you coming from as an immigrant background. Did it heal anything in you? Did it like? I don't know how else to phrase this, but like.
I know where you're going.
I know. I'm sure you've
Yeah,
been through
I
a
like
lot
this
of
question.
I can read your question.
I read you, bro.
Yeah, I want to go deep,
Let me
bro.
translate you.
Yeah.
Did it heal maybe any any past trauma that you went through? Anything at all?
Yeah, it's more so of leading the way, right? Like for me, I didn't have anyone really to lead the way for me. So I can either turn my experiences into something positive and help others to follow along and enjoy their own journey, because that was very important to me per se, because leading the way shows that you take initiative, leaderships, and you want to help strategize teamwork and projects, right? And for me, like, it kind of helps soothe my soul to know that I'm leaving something better behind, right? Like, or at least the group that I'm with that are passionate about what you do, or putting together something, in this case FIN, something better behind, so the next group can come in and better themselves. And because FIN is actually project-based group, right? Like we all have individual projects, but we all work together to help problem solve whatever problem we have in our own personal project. And that's why in FIN we have multiple groups. We have FIN technology group, FIN adventure group, marketing group, which is all you guys here, and all of that. Seeing people grow and be better, that was the most rewarding thing, and that's kind of helped soothe my soul and heal that part.
That's cool, bro.
Yeah.
That's cool. I want to also open it up to you, Weedah, and then also you as well, Kimmy. And it's okay if we have a little bit of silence for now, but I kind of want to just, you guys should just, think about this, and then also see if you have any questions personally for Locke. I know you guys had some prepared now because we tried doing a run at this and we didn't get a recording, but
There's another story.
Yeah, that's another story.
If you guys have anything for Locke as well, any questions for him specifically, because he led the way. He was essentially kind of our team captain in a way, and he absolutely killed it, in my opinion.
Take some time and think about it though, but I do want to leave with this though, that it's not always about us, right? Like it's not always about the individuals, because when we come together and work as a group, we all shine together. Hence the whole multi-dimensional approach of FIN, right? Like FIN Adventure Group now branched into different group of technology group. We have computer science major. Weedah can literally tap into like the technology major. Technology people while they're building a website. Hey, I can help you with this design. That's teamwork right there. And they will how hard is it for a technology group to build a website? Not hard, but they need visualization as far as how the layout should look like. We need some creativity, and that's where Weedah can come in.
Yeah.
Right. They can always ask for advice. Doing this DCF in the future for Excel modeling, for that matter. Someone can come up to Kimmy and be like, "Hey, Kimmy, we need some help with this Excel modeling and the DCF." She can step right in and be like, "Okay, I can help you with that." Right.
And that's another reason why we're so grateful for you too as well, specifically. So thank you guys. I know it's I was worried we were gonna, us founders at least, we're gonna run into the issue of how do we how do we motivate and excite people to come into our club when, especially like a lot of people didn't go on that Brazil trip, so it's like, how, like, I was worried we were gonna struggle to get new people, but
Well,
you guys came in with a ton of energy as well, you guys are driven, so
Self-motivated.
yes.
At least, like, for me personally, I was feeding off the energy from you guys. So I think you guys did a really great job of showing what the club represents, or what our network now represents.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Thank you.
that's...
Kenny's hungry,
Yeah.
literally too. The man had a whole
You
pizza.
just hear his stomach growling.
How about you,
Yeah.
Kenny?
Personally, the first time when I heard about this club, I could tell it was for my closest friend, and I said, no, I don't wanna, like, I already been into clubs more, like, I don't wanna be involved in more stuff, and it's so headache, because and at the end of the day, probably you can get like a rewards, or probably you don't. So in that time I told him, like, no, like, no, I'm fine. The second time when the loc approached me and offered me about the position, I was like, I'm not sure. Let me think about it. Because when you're working with somebody, like, as a team, you don't have a deception just for yourself. You get a decision for somebody else, and I don't want that, honestly. So, and I like how this club and community now I can call, they give me the opportunity to grow up as the student, and also met a lot of people, and then different majors too, and like, this is really amazing how, like, we connect with different paths, but still we had the same goal. And this is really amazing for me to share, and they share to me that goals too.
Exactly. Actually, I want to add on to that what you said about connecting with people from different majors, because, like, normally you don't, even in other clubs or, like, organizations, you don't do that. You don't, like, you just don't just collab with someone from computer science on, like, a website, or, like, say with
It's very
analytics.
specific to one area of study,
But
right?
it's so cool, and it's specifically because of the way that our organization is run and set up and how it functions, is that you work with projects from different areas, like marketing and computer science, analytics with marketing. Like, it's remarkable to me.
Which, by the way, actually, I'm getting a Slack set up, so we're finally gonna start the transition from WhatsApp, which was really good at the time.
It's getting a little chaotic. It's getting a little chaotic.
So now it's Slack, where now we're gonna have everything more organized. I still gotta figure out, like, the roles, like, who's gonna be where. So yes, actually remind me, guys.
Yes, and I'll talk to you about that.
Sunday
I'm
we
gonna
had
I'm gonna need your guys' emails. So I can
Okay.
just add you in myself.
Okay. And then.
But then also. Oh wait, yeah. Do you guys have any?
I do. I have a question.
Last year? Yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
One question for Locke. So, like Kenny said, from start to finish, from the very first moment to the last moment where you finally ended and you left, what was the most crucial thing that you learned that you can also use in your future?
After the CFA or here?
CFA.
Oh.
You could do both. Yeah, actually, that'd be good.
I didn't know that after. I've been throwing my application out there. I know at the end of the day, like, kind of go back to answer your question, like, kind of like leave something behind so the next group can come in and do something about it for themselves to create the opportunity. And what am I hoping to do after college?
Or what did you learn that you could use?
In
the
CFA
future?
challenge, being equity analyst, hopefully I can showcase my skill, thought process, and talent somehow. I'm sure there's space for everybody, so you gotta dot all the I and cross all the T, and hopefully, we all can land somewhere, not just me. So hence the whole platform of podcasts and project base. Like, you can talk about it on here, showcase your talents, talk about articulating what you've done so far, right? And that's very important. And that's one thing that, the second part to your question is, after college, I believe most of the work is done, but the other 10% is to keep an eye out to make sure, like, hey, people are, they enjoy being in the club.
Mm-hmm.
When you enjoy doing what you do, your curiosity lead the way.
Yes.
Absolutely. Kimmy, you have anything?
Yeah. My last question for you is, for you finish this project and then you almost graduate. What is next for you? What is the next step for you?
That's a good one.
That's a good question.
Wow, what's next for me? Besides getting a job? Dude, that's a good question.
Any future projects?
Yeah. I don't know yet per se, like just a job, but I do want to like perhaps start like, work on continue on, keep an eye and work on help the computer science or technology group in FIN, perhaps finishing their lending protocol projects. One step at a time though. But yeah, that's a great question, Kimmy. Yeah, that's a great question though. But yeah.
But any specific positions?
I don't know.
Any
really.
ideas?
That's gonna be.
Tell the cameras.
That's gonna be internal. That's gonna be internal meeting. So.
Real quick, are we okay on time?
Yeah.
Okay.
3 minutes.
3 minutes. Okay. Before we do wrap up, I want to give a couple announcements too. We do have our first educational lecture coming out, happening March 5th from 2 to 3. Did I get that right?
March 5th, next Thursday, March 5th from 2 to 3, yes.
From 2 to 3. One of our officers, Jose, different Jose, from
Another Jose.
from our first episode, which is exclusively on Spotify, he is actually going to be kind of the leader in this educational session, where him and then Professor Todd Feldman here at SF State are going to together do a whole kind of like a crash course on budgeting. He's going to be introducing, I think it's the 50-30-20 rule of budgeting, kind of explaining the best places to put your money, what they are, how they work, how the whole thing works. And then from there we will build off to a session specifically on FinTech, I believe, right? Just want to make sure that's correct. So yes, definitely stay tuned. We'll be posting on Instagram, LinkedIn as well. We'll kind of go more into it, I think, in our next podcast will be before then, right?
Yeah.
So just stay tuned for that as well. We're gonna have a lot of fun stuff. I think we'll have food there too.
Yeah,
right?
Food and drinks.
I
Food
hope.
and drinks as well.
And coffee.
And coffee.
Yes, please.
Fourth place.
And what you said?
I said, yeah, coffee, please.
We all need coffee right now.
We all need coffee.
Clearly.
But yeah, this is going to be a great start to our whole financial literacy series.
Absolutely. And same thing with just the start to everything. We're getting the ball rolling on podcasts as well. I know I kind of alluded to this a little bit earlier, but as of now at 3 p.m. we had, I believe this was 4 hours ago, we were here trying to get a whole episode, get our whole second episode. But the Mac right here underwent an update where the actual record button looked like it was recording. So when I clicked it to end what I thought was the recording, then it gave me the 3, 2, 1 countdown, and then it started.
So we didn't get any.
We got no footage. We got no audio footage.
Any recording.
So now we had to come back, rerun the whole thing again. But this is what it's all about, just learning as we go. First, there were a lot of issues that kind of came up. Just to list a couple examples, we got a clap with all the cameras rolling. That's just for editing. I felt like I personally, when I went to go edit the first episode, I felt like I personally needed a little more enthusiasm. Less filler words. And then also just kind of ensuring any other like, let's say if we get something on a phone camera like footage, that they're the same orientation as well. But it's just learning as we go. like, first episode should not have been perfect at all. I know we're at time.
Oops.
But it's just that's really what it's all about, getting the ball rolling, you know,
Yeah.
learning as we go as well, and
With
getting
class
through
experience,
those
yeah.
first few issues, which
Just like Locke says,
Yeah.
Yes.
you never stop learning.
Yeah.
absolutely not.
And that's the
Yeah.
thing with this project-based student work is that you problem solve, right? Like everyone, we run into problems. How can we solve those problems and come to a conclusion? And essentially, at the end of the semester, they can write a playbook on this from the beginning to the very end, start to set up, and the structure of having a podcast. And that's crucially important. I'm super proud of you guys for doing that.
We're proud of you too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty proud of us.
Teamwork.
Yeah.
I'm proud of all the three of you actually.
Oh, me too. Where you are.
Proud of everybody
Yeah.
here.
Yeah. So thank you guys.
Yes.
Thank you guys so much for coming back and running
Thank you
this.
for
Thank you.
Thank
For-
you, Weedah.
Yeah.
I hope you're kind of enjoying you enjoy this process
I
of being
do,
a co-host.
yes.
No pressure. So
No pressure at all.
it's okay. We'll learn as we go too.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kimmy, for
Thank
being on here, and then also thank you, Locke, for sharing your insights on how the CFA challenge went.
And for spending your time with us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
2 times.
Thank you. Thank
2
you for being
times
here.
in one day.
Same day.
Especially considering you have so many other departments to cover with the
Yes.
CEO.
Yeah.
We appreciate it, man.
You're welcome.
Thank
I have to
you
go
so
talk
much.
to technology now.
Switch it up too.
Yeah.
Thank you, audience, for
Alright.
listening. And as our sign off, let your curiosity guide you. Thank you.
Thank you. And then once you guys are done, Dr. Feldman literally posted your first podcast on his LinkedIn feed.
Really?
So when you guys are done with this, when I say you guys are gonna get maximum exposure, that's what I mean.
Yeah, I will repost that.
I got nervous to start playing it in front of the class.
Yeah,
It's like,
it's
oh
gonna
my
be
God.
so like, no, don't watch me. Watch the stuff, but don't watch me. Put him in the face.
Look at Kenny.
Yeah, look again, like.
So just give it a heads up. Just